I mean, we openly communicated with everybody last night about, the meaning of this game, what it's going to be like, the atmosphere, and just what it really means. I mean, we've had a lot of guys on this team who have played in the game, but we've also had a lot of guys who are new to the rivalry, whether they're transfers or freshmen, and they're playing, big-time roles for us now. And so, Austin Pritchard and I are fortunate enough. We were the only ones who were able to play in that win in '05, and we haven't got it done since then in this game. And so, trying to communicate to the guys what this means and the intensity and the sense of urgency that is needed in this game. It's going to be critical throughout the week, and we tried to start that yesterday.
Tim, since you have been on both sides of it, does the jubilation of winning it outweigh the disappointment of losing it?
Yeah, hands down. I mean, this is a game that you never want to lose. I mean, there's so much on the line. I've said it several times already, but you play for so much more than just the team and the coaches and the program. I mean, there's the alumni, there's the university community, there's the city of Kalamazoo. I mean, there's so many people across the country who have affiliation with this university, and it's the same on their side too. That there's just so much pride in this game, and alumni and people who have gone to Western or worked here, or coached here, or played here. When the schedule comes out, I mean, this is the game that they look for, and we play for those people too, and so that's something important that we need to take pride in this week.
The fact that this game, with a win, puts you back in the race as it is in the MAC, does that, how much bigger does that make it? And I mean, sometimes we get lost in this rivalry because if you're 0-10, it's still a huge game.
Right.
But the fact that a win puts you back,
right
in the race. Talk about that.
It's huge. I mean, every single conference game, I mean, I've said it a million times, and forgive me for repeating myself, but every single conference game is so important. It doesn't matter who you're playing. It's so critical to win those games in order to be atop the standings and be where you want to be in order to accomplish your goal. And this game is no different. I mean, it's tremendous as far as the standings. It's a game that we have to win, and unfortunately we put ourselves in that situation, but we have to do it. And you look. In addition to that, it's a rivalry game, so it becomes even bigger. And so there's going to be a lot of hype and a lot of hoopla for this game, and that's exciting. But at the same time, we can't get caught up in that. I know Coach touched on emotion and adrenaline. I mean, you have to be able to focus beyond that, and that's why the week of practice and preparation is so critical.
You were so much more successful against Toledo than Northern Illinois, and you gave a lot of credit to the offensive line. But was there that big a difference between how the offensive line, or was it just the fact that you were clicking, that you were just feeling it Saturday as opposed to last Saturday?
I think there were a lot of different things, but I mean, they played much, much better. And I give credit to them each and every week because I couldn't do their job. I mean, they go out there and there are so many things mentally that you don't even understand that a lineman has to know. And on top of it, we obviously know the physicality of the game and how difficult their task is. And Toledo's a team that they did a lot of different things scheme-wise. They brought a lot of different blitzes. They're moving all over the place, and they handled those things really well. I mean, we had a great game plan going in. Coaches got us in the right position, and we just all executed really well. And that's the type of effort we're going to need week in and week out from here on.
So can you talk about when you got here, what you heard about the rivalry, and then when it kind of crystallized for you what it means to people in the program?
Being from Ohio, and I didn't know a whole lot about the school until the recruitment process began, and it was something that I didn't really learn a lot about until I stepped on campus, and then you begin to understand it. But I think it takes that first year, and you really get in that game, and you understand the intensity of the game. I mean, you take the normal game and you multiply that intensity level by about 50, and you begin to understand what the rivalry is really all about. And it's something that you learn, and each time I've played against these guys, I remember that game probably as vividly as any other, if not more so. And it's something that I'm trying to pass on to the younger guys now. Because they got to strap it on and be ready. It's going to be fun. It's going to be electric out there, and guys are going to be flying around, and we've got to match that intensity.
Do alums text or call or email the guys or the team or anything like that? I'm sure Coach gets a lot of things. I've get the occasional good luck email and different things. I'm not sure how they get my email address, but they do, and but that's special. I mean, it means something, and there's a lot of former players, former coaches, even former faculty of the university who they follow this game. I get emails once in a while from professors that I had, freshman, sophomore year, who just want to wish me well, and they know it means something, and that's special. Do you have a good story about an email or an encounter or something with a fan or something like that that kind of stands out over the years, like how much it means to them?
It wasn't for the Central game, but there's a history professor that I had my freshman year, and this was, I think, 2 years ago, and we went to Iowa, and he actually did his undergrad work at Iowa, and he was on sabbatical in Japan, and he sent me an email from Japan, just said, I know you guys play Iowa this week, I went there, my dad went there, I'm rooting for you. It means a lot. I know what you stand for, what the program stands for, and I want to see you do well this weekend. And that was really special. I mean, he's on the other side of the world, and that was really neat. So that's one that comes to mind.
Tim, when you're going up against another top quarterback like this week with Beaver, do you maybe watch him a little bit more during the game, or are you still just kind of focused on what you got to do?
No, just focused on what I got to do. I mean, I've been asked that question a lot, and Dan's a great player, and you can't help but notice all the great numbers he's put up and the great things he's done, and it's very evident that he's a leader of that team, and he's a great competitor. But I mean, watching him doesn't really help me accomplish my task, and that's obviously trying to go against their defense the best as possible and exploit whatever opportunities are there. And so I'm really focused on my task.
When you go, I know every game's the same, it counts the same in the standings, but when you go against a guy like, we see like the NFL, the big matchups with the quarterback versus the quarterback. When you play a team that has a quarterback like this, does it do a little something more to you that I really got to be in my game because I got to outshine this guy if we're going to win?
Again, I think the focus is so much on the defense, and he has so many responsibilities going against our defense, and the same is true for me. That you really don't get caught up in that. I mean, as a competitor, you always want to play your very best. Numbers are nice, but the bottom line is winning and losing, and I think that's where the focus really lies. But that being said, with the good offense that they have, our defense is going to try to get off the field as quick as possible. We need to be able to sustain drives. Our defense can't be out on the field for 30, 40 minutes of the game. That's not good. We need to control the ball. We need to take care of it and stay out of third downs and have no turnovers.
Last week you had an 18-yard run. You kind of ran through a tackle. Is that kind of the start of a new trend?
I hope not. It was just one of those things. It's whatever it takes, and it was 3rd and 12, and had to escape the pocket, and that was the best option. I mean, my goal as a quarterback is to make a profit every snap, and sometimes making a profit is throwing the ball away. Sometimes making a profit is scrambling. Maybe it's checking into a run play, whatever needs to be done. And in that case, it's 3rd down, and on 3rd down you need to do whatever it takes to get the 1st down, and that was my mindset. And hopefully my teammates saw that, and it was motivating to them, and had to do what had to be done.
The perception is though that after everything that's happened with your knees, you're pretty slow. Do you enjoy that when you get to do that? You ran through it the first half.
Well, I'm not as slow as you think. You have to do what you have to do. I mean, if you got to run and get a 1st down, that's what you got to do. You got to do what's best for the team. And I'm not as mobile as I used to be, but I like to think that I can still get out of the pocket and get us 10, 12 yards if we need to.
You talk about essential defense. We talk so much about their scoring and their offense, but their quickness or whatever it is that you notice on them when you look on tape.
Don't watch a lot of their offense on tape, but they're extreme.
Their defense.
Oh, their defense. Excuse me.
Everyone else talks about their offense. How good is their defense?
I understand. I apologize. Their defense is very good. You look at the experience level they have. We've been playing against these same guys for the last 3-4 years. I believe they have 9 or 10 seniors back. They're a well-coached group, and so many times when you play a defense, you have a weakness that you can exploit, or they might make a mistake, blow a coverage, or they blitz and they're vulnerable. These guys don't do that. They're very sound in everything that they do. They don't make a lot of mistakes or mental errors, and they don't give you much to take advantage of. So we're gonna have to play really well and execute.
B. West and Aaron and Glennis all ran the ball real well. And again, we talked a little bit about the offensive line earlier, but now having established that running game a little bit more, how do you expect that to help open up the passing game for you against them?
Yeah, absolutely. A balanced attack is always the best way to go, and when we're running the ball well, it definitely opens opportunities to throw the ball. They have to respect the run game, whether they bring an extra guy in a box or however they choose to defend that. And it's definitely beneficial when you can run or pass and you're 2-dimensional and not 1-dimensional.